And there's your happy ending, while the world teeters on the precipice of nuclear Armageddon. Just like the 39 Steps, minus Mr. Memory. The premise is almost identical, but instead of all sorts of exciting scenes throughout the Scottish Highlands, we get endless highways and lots of talky interior scenes, featuring the scariest thing of all, boring bureaucrats. Our vacationing hero takes all the craziness so stoically, I was waiting for a big reveal, like maybe John Emmett was a commie spy himself. If you're too young to remember the days of the Cold War, all of this must seem like so much malarkey. But if you participated in duck and cover drills as a kid, you know the threat of long-range ICBMs and all-out nuclear war was a part of daily American life, as well as ample fodder for movies and TV. The writer and director of 5 Steps to Danger, Henry Kessler, was one of the producers and directors of the popular 50s TV series I Led 3 Lives, in which Richard Carlson played a government agent pretending to be a communist spy, pretending to be an ad executive. Sterling Hayden lived several lives himself, only one of them as a movie star, which was the life he cared for the least. Hayden started out as a young mariner, and it was his ocean-going exploits that earned him a Hollywood contract. During World War II, he was an agent for the OSS, operating in the Mediterranean. He resumed his acting career post-war, but hated show business, especially after he maintained employment by naming names to the House Committee on Un-American Activities. In 1959, Hayden kidnapped his own children and set sail with them for the South Seas, leaving Hollywood behind. Out of that adventure came his epic memoir, Wanderer, which started him on another career as an author. Stanley Kubrick coaxed him back in front of the cameras as General Jack D. Ripper in Dr. Strangelove, which led Hayden to later appear in some of the most memorable films of the 1970s, The Godfather, The Long Goodbye, and Bernardo Bertolucci's epic 1900. In 1976, he wrote Voyage, a massive seafaring novel that earned him critical comparisons to Herman Melville. Sterling Hayden lived a ramshackle but truly epic life. Ruth Roman's sea adventures were considerably less romantic. The same year she made 5 Steps to Danger, Roman traveled with her 3-year-old son to Italy. Their return voyage was on the ill-fated SS Andrea Doria, which was rammed by another steamship off the coast of Massachusetts and sank. Roman was separated from her son during the ship's evacuation, leading to a media frenzy when mother and child were eventually reunited. German-born Werner Klemperer is, of course, most known for playing the bumbling Colonel Klink on the TV series Hogan's Heroes. Klemperer, who was Jewish, won 2 Emmys for his comic portrayal of the clueless Nazi commandant. His father was Otto Klemperer, renowned conductor of the Los Angeles Philharmonic, and his cousin was legendary scholar Victor Klemperer, whose diaries are essential texts on the rise of the Third Reich. Now let's just round up some of the other suspects from today's movie. You may have recognized one of the cops as Ken Curtis, who spent years playing Festus on the TV series Gunsmoke.
We couldn't let the CIA cop such a big plum, could we?
Another deputy was played by John Mitchum, whose older brother shows up in Noir Alley as often as Sterling Hayden. If the shifty Dr. Brandt looked familiar to you, that's probably because you recognized Richard Gaines as the nitwit head of Pacific All Risk Insurance in Double Indemnity. And fans of daytime TV certainly know Jean Cooper from her long run playing Kay Chancellor on the soap opera The Young and the Restless, for which she earned 10 Daytime Emmy nominations. Winning once, she also received a Lifetime Achievement Award. She is also the mother of actor Corbin Burnson, one of the stars of the popular series L.A. Law. Next week, we're leaving the arid Southwest for the salt air of San Francisco. No ominous guided missiles at the center of the story, just a wayward stash of smuggled heroin and a loose cannon eager to retrieve it. Join me back here for The Lineup, featuring the other greatest car chase filmed on the streets of San Francisco. See you then.